Modern energy is critical to Africa's growth, progress, and prosperity, which is why in 2016, the African Development Bank committed $12 billion over 5 years with a goal of leveraging $45 to $50 billion in public-private partnerships. Welcome to Ouarzazate, nicknamed the door to the desert. This plateau of sand dunes in the middle of Morocco's desert has approximately 330 days of sunshine a year. It's a perfect location for Noor, the world's largest solar park owned by Mazen, the Moroccan Agency for Sustainable Energy, and operated by developers and partners such as Aqua Power. Noor made history in 2016 when it commissioned the world's first concentrated solar power plant with a capacity of 160 megawatts. Part funded by the African Development Bank, the Noor complex will have a capacity of 2,000 megawatts in 2020 and reduce CO2 emissions by 500,000 tons a year.
Dans le cadre d'une ambition réaliste, il ne s'agit pas d'un projet, il s'agit d'un véritable plan d'action dans le cadre d'une vision qui s'appuie sur une volonté de doter le pays d'une stratégie énergétique durable qui permet de satisfaire les besoins croissants, je dirais même exponentiels.
In the first 3 years alone, the Noor Solar Complex will employ 3,000 temporary workers during the construction phase and 300 permanent staff. Many of them are young professionals like Nadia.
This project has allowed me to reach my professional expectation and also to meet my husband because we can really contribute to the development of our hometown and still here in Ouarzazate.
For Africa's 1.2 billion people, rural communities are home to almost 2/3 of the population. For most, agriculture is the main source of livelihood. Even though Africa contains 65% of global uncultivated land, the continent is a net importer of food, $35 billion a year. Djibi Mbaye grew up in one of the rural communities around Lake Weirs, Senegal's main freshwater reserve, which provides 60% of drinking water needs for the capital, Dakar.
92 ba léegi man maa ngi fi déplacé wu benn année am na ñoo xam ni dëkk bi genn wàll gépp dem nañu si gaal yi Espagne am na ñoo xam ni ñu ngi Dakar am na ñoo xam ni ñu ngi woon Mauritanie bi ñu demee ba nga xam ne nag olaak dugg na moto pompe yi commencé ñëw ñu yokk ñu gas ay canal ñu teg ay moto pompe dégg nga boobu ñu ngi doon def 50 hectares par année dégg nga bi olaak duggee ñu continuer si noonu di continuer si noonu ba fi may waxanteeg yow nii ñoo ngi si 2000 hectares yoo xam ni ñu ngi koy liggéey ci lan.
Thanks to a loan of almost 11 billion CFA provided by the African Development Bank, the hydrological conditions of the lake have improved significantly. Today, 50,000 people in 113 villages have access to drinking water and water which can meet their agricultural and domestic needs. Meeting Africa's energy and infrastructure needs is critical to the continent's economic and social transformation. Ethiopia has taken advantage of the bank's commitments and is running full steam ahead with an industrialization policy that could see it emerge as a middle-income country within 10 years. The Durban Cement Company on the outskirts of the capital is a major beneficiary of African Development Bank funding.
We chose the best technology, and we didn't build it for the present, we built it for the future, thinking of the next generation. It is the most environmentally friendly project or cement project in Ethiopia.
Until its commissioning in 2012, it was not uncommon for construction projects to be delayed by as much as a year or two due to cement importation restrictions.
Before Durban, the construction industry was suffering. This time, if we order cement from Durban, you get it maybe on site, on your site, in 3-4 days.
With an installed production capacity of 8,000 tons a day, Durban Midrock is helping meet 100% of the country's cement needs and exporting to nearby countries.
If we're going to become sustainably wealthy in Africa, it means that Africans have to own what they produce. The growth has to benefit Africans, and that's what the Durbas, supported by the likes of the ADB, have done. Incredible institutions, sophisticated companies, developing ecosystems around them.
Today, the last 200-kilometer stretch of the Trans-Africa Highway 4, otherwise known as the Cape to Cairo Highway, is nearing completion in Tanzania. Working closely with Tanzania's Road Infrastructure Authority, TANROADS, the African Development Bank is investing heavily in infrastructure projects, including highways and one-stop border posts that will accelerate the movement of people, goods and services across Africa.
Kiwango cha lami kilivyokamilika tunachukua muda wa siku moja, siku mbili. Masuala ya usafiri yamekuwa yameturahisishia na hata ulaji wa mafuta barabarani umekuwa umepungua.
Etta Muhango is a local fish entrepreneur in Monkey Bay, Malawi. As a beneficiary of a local economic development center and a fish landing site funded by the African Development Bank, she could easily be speaking for millions of other African women and rural poor.
Ndipo ndakhala moyo ovutika ndi ana 6 amene ndinaberekerana nawo. Ndipo amene kunapezeka kuti anabwera Red Project imene iyi inatiphunzitsa maphunziro osiyana kudzera mu LDF. Ndipo zitachitika izizi maphunziro amene tinalandira ndiwo khuzana ndi imene tingasamalire nsomba, ndiwo khuza amene tingapakirire, ndipo amene tingasungire ndrama ku mabanki. Nditasintha moyowo ninapeza ndrama zambiri, ndipo ninamanga nyumba, ndaphunzitsa ana anga 4 amene anamaliza secondary yawo, ndagula mbuzi 5.
In country after country, the African Development Bank's investment in its High Five development goals is showing tangible signs of transformation. Through multiple partners and stakeholders, the African Development Bank continues to play a strategic role in laying solid foundations for Africa's tomorrow.